China rolled out the red carpet for President Trump ahead of his sit-down with Xi Jinping in just a few hours. This meeting has several things on the table, including tariffs, the AI race, and Taiwan. But the war in Iran is likely to dominate the conversation. Trump says he doesn't need Xi's help, but since China is the biggest buyer of Iranian oil, the Strait of Hormuz will almost certainly come up. Meanwhile, Trump's critics are accusing him of selling out to China over reports he's considering a deal that would allow Beijing to invest $1 trillion in the U.S.
This is Trump empowering Xi's made in China ambitions. He's opening the door. He's saying, China, you come here.
I trust President Trump. He identified how China has been ripping us off. My hope is that he'll open up markets for agriculture. That would be a good thing.
President Trump will have two meetings with Xi during his trip, with the first coming up later tonight. While President Trump is in China, the ceasefire in Iran is holding. But as Fox 13's Trey Yingst reports, a new U.S. intelligence assessment shows the Iranian military is preparing for hostilities to resume.
As the Middle East braces for a possible resumption of the conflict, U.S. intelligence agencies are reportedly warning that Iran is rebuilding its military. The assessment concluded Iran has recovered access to much of its underground missile storage and launch facilities. Although President Trump says their military has been completely destroyed as he considers restarting airstrikes.
We know the regime is likely going to survive even if we return to combat operations, but we would want it to be so weakened that it's vulnerable to collapse.
But the president also says the conflict is, quote, very much under control as the diplomatic process plays out.
Their military is gone, it's wiped out, and we're only going to make a good deal, and we'll see what happens.
And there's growing evidence the ongoing U.S. blockade is starting to have a big impact on life inside of Iran.
If things keep heading in this direction, we're going to suffer a lot more. We're just living day by day, trying to get through this situation, waiting for the war to be over.
Meanwhile, the president continues to insist that stopping Iran from having a nuclear weapon is the top priority, and lawmakers on Capitol Hill are asking tough questions about how he plans to do it.
President Trump would have to go after all of the 12 tons, not just 1 ton of uranium.
I think that's the wise strategy. Ultimately, the goal is to prevent future enrichment of uranium as well.
And America's Gulf allies could be joining the fight. Saudi Arabia reportedly participated in Operation Epic Fury. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.